who were the Arabs before Islam? A people who buried their daughters alive, worshipped idols, and lived in deep ignorance for generations. Yet this very nation rose to become the greatest ummah after the arrival of Islam. Let's explore what the Quran says about the age of ignorance, Jahiliyyah, and how Islam transformed an entire civilization. The Arabs before Islam are referred to in Islamic texts as people who lived in a time known as Mahre Jahiliyyah, the age of ignorance. This term is used in the Quran and Hadith to describe their social, religious, and moral state before the advent of Islam, according to Islam and the Quran. Idolatry and shirk, associating partners with Allah. The pre-Islamic Arabs were mostly polytheists. They worshipped idols like Lat, Uzza, and Manat, and believed they could intercede with Allah. Quran reference. Have you then considered Al-Lat and Al-Uzza and Manat, the third? The other one? B. Surah An-Najm, 53, 19-20. 2. Distorted beliefs and superstitions. They followed baseless customs and taboos without divine guidance. Quran reference. When it is said to them, follow what Allah has sent down, they say, rather, we will follow what we found our fathers upon. Even though their fathers understood nothing, nor were they guided. Surah Al-Baqarah 2170. Tribalism and warfare. Arab society was deeply tribal, and blood feuds and wars were common. They had no united moral code. Quran reference. And he is the one who joined their hearts. Had you spent all that is in the earth, you could not have joined their hearts, but Allah joined them. The Surah Al-Anfal 863, referring to how Islam united the tribes who were previously enemies. 4. Oppression of women and female infanticide. Girls were often seen as a source of shame and were buried alive. Quran reference. And when the female infant who was buried alive is asked for what sin she was killed. Surah At-Takwir 81, 8, 9. Lack of divine guidance. The Arabs had lost the teachings of Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, and Ismail, peace be upon him, though they claimed to follow their religion. Quran reference. Indeed, we have sent among every nation a messenger, saying, worship Allah and avoid tagut, false gods. Mu'ayyan of Surah An-Nahl 16:36. According to Muslims, Muslim scholars and historians describe the pre-Islamic Arabs as poetically gifted but spiritually lost, morally corrupt but culturally rich, brave but misguided. They were not inherently evil, but they lacked divine guidance. Islam came as a highlight to remove them from darkness. And within a short time, those same people became leaders of a just and moral civilization. These were the Arabs, lost in the darkness of ignorance. But Allah, in His infinite mercy, sent them the final prophet, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, who guided them to the light of Tawheed, justice, knowledge, and character. And today, if we seek that same light, we must return to the Quran and the Sunnah.